What's going on, y'all? I want to say this is Jacob with JDQ Transportation, but that wouldn't be too accurate. I need to fix my microphone. That's better. So, yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. So, we're gonna go ahead and get into that here in a second once I hit the road. So, I'm still working with the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development in the Highway Maintenance Department. But I'm not going to be in highway maintenance for too much longer because back in December of 25, which is only like 2 months ago, a buddy of mine who also works with DOTD sent me a text asking if I applied for the construction inspector position in Opelousas, which is the town that I live in. Not the town that I work in, mind you. This is just the town that I live in. And I said, what construction inspector job? And side note, with DOTD, every time that there's an open position, HR sends an email out to all current and active DOTD employees because we get first pickings on the jobs. And I never look at them because they don't interest me. Like, they never have before. So I was like, you know what? I don't even pay attention to them. So he told me about it, so I went look, and this is on December 9th. And funny enough, it was the last day that they were accepting applications for this position, which is construction inspector, level 1 through 5. And in the realm of construction inspection with DOTD, it goes all the way up to a level 7. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and apply for it because the yard for construction inspectors is like 3.6 miles from my house versus where my current assignment, I'm 30 miles from the house. So if I can get started at roughly the same pay, just the money I'm going to save in gas alone is going to be like a pay bump. So I went ahead and I applied for it. And lo and behold, a week and a half later, one of the supervisors at that office calls me to set up an interview. So I was like, I'm going to talk with my boss, let him know, because I've been keeping him informed since day one. The day I put in the application, I let him know, just out of respect for him, because he's going to hear about it regardless. And it's better him hearing it from me rather than him hearing it from somebody else after I apply for it. So I told him a date and a time that would work good for me, and I told him I would let my boss know because that's what he wanted. He said, whatever day you set up for your interview, let me know. I'll get you out there in a state truck. Okay. So I go out there for my interview, and apparently my dumbass, who's never been in construction inspection before, I've never been on the inspection side of it. I've done the construction work. I've laid the hot mix. I've done a lot of that. I've just never been an inspector. But I'm down to learn. I'm always down to learn anything to advance my career. So I was telling them, in the interview that, yes, I know there's a lot of certifications and shit that we can get, and to be quite honest with you, as fast as I can take in the knowledge to get these certifications, I want to get them, because the way I look at it is the more certifications I have on my name and my profile with DOTD, the better it's going to look on me, especially if I can get these certifications in a very quick fashion. Them seeing somebody who just started being an inspector and within a few months, 5-6 months, has 3-4 certifications on them, that's going to be a really good look for me, and it's a very good possibility that I'm going to be the one that gets called out on the weekends. I'm going to be the one that gets called out at night, which I don't mind working nights. I like it. And if I get called out at night, that's just extra money per hour for me, not just aside from overtime. Yes, I'll get overtime pay, but I get an extra, watch yourself, I get extra money per hour if I go work at night. So it's gonna be a win-win-win, you know? So after we did the interview, you know, another week and a half or 2 weeks or something went by, and I get a call from HR saying that they're offering me the position as a level 1. Side note, the level 1 inspector position has a base pay of $14 and some change. The base pay for a level 2 is like $17.20 an hour. And I was already talking with my boss because he was asking me questions about, what are you going to do if they offer you a level 1? Well, I'm not going to take it at that pay because I can't survive on that. I'm a single income household. I need to be making a certain amount of money to be able to survive. So when the HR lady called me and offered me that level 1 position, and I was like, well, I mean, as much as I would love to be in that office, I just cannot live on that pay. Like, $14 is not enough. Even if I work nothing but nights and get the extra $4 total per hour, that's barely gonna be enough. And she kind of chuckled and said, my baby, you didn't let me finish. You're right, my bad, continue. They are starting me off at a level 1 at $17.80 an hour, so higher than the base pay for a level 2. And they're starting me off at a level 1 at that price. So that's actually going to work out better for me in the long run, because every pay bump or every promotion I get, like I go from a level 1 to a level 2, or a level 2 to a level 3, and so on and so forth. Every time you jump up one level at a time, that's an extra 10% pay bump. So that's gonna work out really good for me. Plus, being with DOTD, we get yearly 4% raises. So, like I said, starting off at a level 1, it's almost $18 an hour, which is almost $4 an hour higher than the base pay for a level 1. It's kind of hard to miss. You know, it's kind of hard to beat. So, and that's, keep in mind, that's like 50 cents an hour less per worked hour. Because right now I'm getting X amount an hour. Every hour that I work, I get an extra $1. With the construction inspection shit, I'll be getting at almost $18 an hour. Every hour that I work, I get $2 extra per hour. If I work at night, that's another $2 an hour. And when I say at night, it's 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Construction inspectors get an extra $2 an hour. So that's an extra $4 an hour total if I'm working at night. So I told, excuse me, I told the lady I would accept it. And I need to go talk with my boss and let him know that I was offered the position and I'm going to accept it. So the next day, I went to work, went in my supervisor's office and told him, hey, they offered me this position, a level 1, at this pay rate. And I told him I would take it. I just want to let you know to keep you in the loop because that's what you asked me to do. I'm being respectful of that. And he said, okay, I mean, I appreciate you keeping me in the loop on it. And then I told him I need to get out to Lafayette to go sign my voluntary demotion paperwork, which that's technically what I'm taking is a voluntary demotion, taking this inspector job. So the day after that, he got me down to Lafayette with one of our dump trucks. I had to go get some tires put on it. And the tire shop and the HR office is not in the same building, but it's on the same lot, so to speak. You know, it's on the property. So I had to pass the HR office on the way to the tire shop. So I just parked in front of the building, went inside, signed my paperwork, and then went to see about them tires. So now all I'm waiting on is the paperwork to go through Baton Rouge. That's a mean looking puppy dog. We gonna get away from that puppy dog. That fucking puppy dog about bit me in my ankle when I was making the loop right there a second ago. But yeah, so now all I'm waiting on is the approval to go through headquarters, which I don't know why that's got to happen right now. But when I went and signed that paperwork, it was 2 weeks ago, and the HR lady said it'd be about a week and a half to 2 weeks before the transfer and the demotion, the voluntary demotion, get accepted or approved rather. So now I'm just waiting on all of that to happen, and then I'll be working 3.6 miles from the house versus right now with my current assignment, like I mentioned earlier, I'm 30 miles away from the house. And once that happens, even if it's going to be pretty freaking cold outside, I'll be riding a motorcycle to work because it's 3 miles. It's going to take me 7 minutes to get to work. I done timed it. Because, I mean, I know where the office is, obviously, because that's where I had the interview at. And I took off from my house, driving through town, and went to that office and timed it. It took me like 7.5 minutes. So I can brave the 7.5 minutes in some pretty cold weather to save a lot of money in gas driving the motorcycle. Because right now, I don't know if y'all can read that, but I'm driving it like I'm driving. I'm driving pretty fucking spirited right now. And I'm still managing to get 46.5 miles to the gallon versus with my pickup truck, driving it like an old pawpaw, I get 16. So, that and another thing, with the hours that I currently work, I'm working 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday. Absolutely zero overtime. With this construction inspector gig, I'll be working 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, with the opportunity to get a lot of overtime whenever they have bridge projects or construction projects going on that they need inspectors on. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going get me a gym membership, and I'm going to be hitting the gym and trying to bulk up because I'm about sick and damn tired of being built like a freaking twig. I want to get some muscle mass built up. I done got the pre-workout and shit. Pre-workouts and creatines and protein powders and all that. I done got all that lined up. But one more thing before I go. Y'all need to let me know what y'all think about me possibly turning this channel into a motovlog style, kind of like what I do now, what I'm doing with this video. I just slap a camera on the helmet, take a ride, and just tell a story. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all like this kind of stuff? Thank y'all for watching. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.